We are here to be our unique self. We were born the way we were born, with all of our gifts, all of our emotions, all of everything we have, to be a certain light in the world and to make an impact in some way. Whether it's one person, whether it's being a mom and you're at home being a mom, that could be the impact you were born to make. But the women that I work with are driven and they have a calling. And so this calling is nudging them constantly to like be pulled up and step up into something greater. And we don't know. That's the mystery of life, right? We don't know. We're on the path to knowing. And in order to get there, you've got to have a direction. You have to have a focus. And so what is your big vision? What impact do you want to make in the world? Like, what are you feeling like you're being called to do? And it takes exploration. Like I said, it takes, revamping. We're always expanding. We're always going to be, our brand is always going to be moving and changing and morphing because we are.
Yes.
But what is that big thing? For me, you go back to like, I want world peace. I want everybody to be respected.
Yeah.
I want all of us to be able to live in harmony. That's what I want. Is that a big, huge, vision? Yeah. Do some people think it's crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
How can I help? I can help by helping the people that I work with to be on purpose. And when you're on purpose, you're serving in joy. And a lot of the work I do is working with trainers and consultants that actually go into big organizations and help their employees be more on purpose in their job. Can you imagine if you're working with a company and all of their employees are intrinsically motivated and they're all doing their purpose work within their job? They're happy.
Amazing. Yeah, and absolutely. But one thing is really shouting out in my head right now, and it's that but word and the excuse-itis that people will come up with. But I can't do that because I haven't got the education. I can't do that because I haven't got the time. I can't do that because I'm a victim. Why is it that people put these things in the way? And I'm asking myself because I used to do exactly the same.
Right. Well, and when you're in the victim mode, like when you're like can't see your way out of it, it's going to take some enlightenment for you to be able to shift out of that, because nothing anybody says at that point is really, you might have a drop here and a drop there that makes a difference to you, that brings you out. But working with somebody at that point when you're in victim mode, those are not the people that are going to respond to you. They kind of have to figure it out themselves a little bit before they're ready to work with somebody. So on your...
Sorry about that. But I guess for me, being in that victim position, I turned that round into an opportunity.
Yep.
Saw it as an opportunity to actually transform myself and rid myself of all that nastiness that I was holding inside of me.
Yeah.
And that's what's passion. That's what my passion is, to help so many women get out of that state.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is that a lot of times as service providers, as people that really want to help other people, we go to that end of the spectrum where we want to help the people that are totally in victim mode. But the thing to understand is those people are not ready. No. They have to do a little bit of, they're not going to invest. They don't believe in themselves enough to invest.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right, Lisa.
They have to struggle a little bit before they're ready and before they realize they can't do it on their own. Because when you're in victim mode, you're trying to do everything on your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so...
and that was pointed out even today. I have been trying to do things on my own and it doesn't work. You always need people around you helping you, pulling you up to help you realize your vision and your potential.
Well, and that's to your second question there about how am I going to do this? I don't have, the certifications or the experience or whatever, the question, I forget how you phrased it, but it's connecting with other people. That's how you get lifted up. And it doesn't, it's whether it's a paid mentor or whether it's a group of people that you're around. If there's somebody else that's got the same vision that you do, hang out with them, because they know people, and then you're going to be, connections are how you become successful, being connected with people.
Yeah.
And you can't do it on your own. We're not meant to do it on our own.
No. Yeah, I mean, the quality of your connections do determine the quality of your life, and that could also extend to business as well.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Being in these trusting relationships that can improve the business side of it as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are people out there who have the same vision, and if you and that are further ahead than you are, and if you start to become part of their circle, their influence, their thoughts, their way of thinking, their way of acting is going to kind of rub off on you, and you're going to have some insights. The other thing is journal. Journal and be in a quiet place and let your mind chatter, rest, so that you can get inspiration and insights from your higher self. And this is like really important to do. I love to take my journal out into my hot tub at night, because I'm just floating around and I'm not thinking, and it's, I'm under the stars. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I need to write that down. So I always bring my journal out, because I get these amazing insights, whether it's about my clients and how I relate to them, or about, whatever about life. But it's always really good stuff. And sometimes we don't quiet our mind down enough to be able to hear I call the whispers, that are really being, shared with us.
And that's the time when you're most creative as well. I actually find that I can even wake up in the early hours, which is, of course, the creative time. And I have a book at the side of my bed to write it down, because it's important. By the morning, I would have forgotten that when I wake up again.
Yeah.
So I write it down, and I read this. I have this little book called My Ideas Journal, because that's what it is. I put my ideas down, and the next morning I think, my, did I really dream all that? Or was that real last night? Because dreams do really seem so real.
Yeah.
So, Lisa, I am really, really excited about what you are offering people today, which is an online visibility and impact quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about this. What is it?
Yeah, so this is kind of like a business checkup. It's a checkup for your business and a checkup for where you are at with your visibility and impact. It's a little quiz, and it's going to ask you some questions, and it's going to be really insightful, because it'll help you understand where you need to focus in order to become more visible or create more impact. And it's going to help you understand where you're doing really good that you didn't maybe even think that you were doing well. And so it kind of helps you put it into perspective, like, okay, I am doing great at these things. I need to focus on these. And then there's a series of about 5 emails that you'll get afterwards that kind of go more in depth about, what you need to focus on and how that really looks.
Great. And I will be placing the link on the page so anyone can get access to it. And if anybody wants to email you or get in contact with you, how would they do that?
Yeah, it's my name. It's Lisa at lisameisels.com. And my website is lisameisels.com, and there's a contact form on there too. Okay. So either way.
That is very generous of you. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
So your favorite quote is, your uniqueness is your brilliance.
Yeah. That's because I wrote it. That's why it's my favorite.
But it is absolutely true. Your uniqueness is your brilliance.
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, I wrote the book Claim Your Brilliance, and it's all about what we talked about today. It's all about really digging into your uniqueness and being fearless with your confidence and your visibility and your success. And as I was writing this book and as I was kind of thinking about the name, it just, I was actually going to do a talk on this. I was going to be doing a speech at a conference, and this just came to me. It's like, claim your brilliance. That's what we all need to do. We are all brilliant.
So if someone wanted to purchase your book, where would they get that?
It's on Amazon, and it's on Amazon in paperback and Kindle. And I'll just show you here. So yeah, this came out in May, and I love it. I've had great feedback, and it's a short little 50 tips 50 keys to fearless confidence, visibility, and success.
Is that the title of the book for people who can't see?
So the title of the book is Claim Your Brilliance, 50 Keys to Fearless Confidence, Visibility, and Success. And it is definitely available on Amazon.
Amazing. I'll be looking that one at myself, because I had no idea, Lisa, that you had written a book.
Yes, I've written a few. This is
very quiet.
This is my first, the first book that I've written by myself. The other books that I've written are compilation books. And so I didn't think I had a book in me. And one of the ladies that I wrote one of the other books with, she was doing a book writing workshop. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. And I was amazed that I actually was able to come up with it. But it's kind of my signature process. It's kind of my, the way I work with people, and it's my philosophy. So it was really easy to write.
Okay, so this would lead on to more of your process.
Yeah. It's got some really great insights in there, and lots more quotes from a lot of other people. So I've heard great things. I've gotten great feedback on it.
Okay. So Lisa, what would you do if you had some spare time? Because it sounds to me that you're exceptionally busy, and time for you isn't that spare.
I make time for me. It's really important for me to have my self-care in the morning, to have my animal time in the morning, and to have my husband family time in the evenings, and hang out on my ranch. So if I had extra time, I would probably travel, because I love to travel, and I love to go to the coast where it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, the rocks, and there's the seals, and I would probably go to the coast. In fact, I'm going to the coast this Saturday.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going on Sunday down to the
Are
beach.
you?
Oh, yes. It's really, really important to actually take time for yourself and download. Work all the time doesn't make for a happy individual, does it?
No, and I really, one of the things that I always stress is find time for joy every day,
Mm-hmm.
because that is what replenishes your soul. And if you're a high achiever and you're driven and you work and you're trying to do more all the time, it's like, instead ask yourself, who do you need to become?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of what do I need to do? Who do I need to become?
That letting go of control as well can be very difficult for people. They have to be tightly controlled about their every movement. And to me, this has been a massive restriction in the past, and it's actually stopped me from enjoying myself.
Well, we're in an overstimulated environment. I mean, we've got technology. I've got my phone going off with WhatsApp and, Facebook and all these different social medias, and my email, and, it's constantly. And so, like, on Friday, when is that? 2 days from now, I'm going to go kayaking, and I'm just going to and go kayaking. And then Saturday, I'm going to go to the coast, and we're going to do some earthing and sound healing. So doing things that light you up and relax you is so important all the time.
That allows you to recharge, doesn't it? So when you do come back, you've got this new vibrance about you. You've got this new energy, this new creativity.
Exactly. And, so often we try to, we're sitting behind the computer and we're working and we're trying to, make things happen. And I'm sure you've been here, because I know I have been here, where things just aren't happening. Like your creativity is not firing, you're frustrated, you're stuck. That's time. That's your signal. Get up.